All right, hello, folks. Again, welcome to another episode of the Star Citizen Report. Give you a lot of news from around the Star Citizen universe, as well as news events going around here, around Grievance, around our GTN streaming channel. Sorry, I had an extra noise I had to cut out for a moment there. All right, so with me, I got Woopnyo.
Hey,
All right, and down here, got Arleeya.
hello everyone.
All right, and Arleeya, do you want to tell me you didn't get the pictures to me in time, but what were you telling me you did right before the show?
Okay, well, as everybody should know, if you haven't heard, 1.1 Star Citizen is now out, and I decided to run into my hangar and jump onto my trusty buggy and zip around and look at the Retaliator. I was taking pictures, and I sort of crashed into it, and flipped over the buggy, and yeah, my piloting skills, I can't even drive a buggy. But next time we're here, which will be on April 4th, again, so people need to know, that's one of our announcements. We'll have that picture, and you'll see just how bad of a pilot I really am. We also like to welcome Jester Six, our newest recruit, and thank him for filling out the roster. And an announcement that we need to make. Thamin has posted something in the grievance forums under Star Citizen about our where we're going to eat on Friday at the 2015 get together in near Atlanta. So I'm going to put that in our chat channel there. So if you are a Star Citizen registered pilot of Grievance and you're going to be at the get together, you want to join us for lunch. We'll get together, please post if you're going to be able to make it. And that'll be important because I am going to treat everybody to drinks and dessert. So, seeing as I'm saving all my calories, I was telling to Woopnyo, so I'll be able to eat. And starting on the 25th of March, we're going to have our newest roster. The old roster is going to be archived and kept, and the new updated roster will be presented. It's a work in progress. It has a lot more information, ships and planets and things like that. And whatever I get out of Jump Point, like on planets and stuff, will be there. So if you want to take a look at the forum, that the Google Doc forum, that's just been presented now. And go ahead there, Thaman. I'm done with my announcements.
Alrighty. And thanks, folks. So, to give you a preview tonight, welcome those of you who are joining us on the live show on Twitch. I was kind of putting the information up there for our YouTube folks who are on twitch.tv/grievance. And we run every other Saturday. This Saturday is March 21st. Said the next one was like April 4th.
Yes.
Okay. And my new lighting issue, because I have trouble with this backdrop and the lamps in the way of the calendar. Sorry. But folks, we're every other Saturday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can join us on the Twitch.tv Grievance. We've also got the Twitch.tv GTGN streaming, which is another channel that we've got like a lot of shows going on. For tune in, later tonight, I do one on the GTGN streaming, Swords Drawn, Guns Loaded. That'll be at 10 o'clock to midnight. And we've got usually like another other ones. We try to keep this channel and the other one busy, especially prime time on the weekends. For Star Citizen news, just to give a quick rundown, we are going to talk about 1.1 more went live. Um, the new damage system, they posted that like right after our last show, so we didn't get the chance to show the cool video there. We've got a PAX East presentation, including first images out of Star Marine, another design article on weapons mounts, and a few other things we can kind of cover from the chairman, MVP, Aegis Retaliator video too, because now that is in the hangar as well. All right. So, oh, I was just gonna say. So 1.1 did launch, and for those who don't know, It requires a total reinstall of the game. Uh, they said that's to help clear out some of the old patchwork and outdated items, as well as giving us a new launcher was more efficient and should reduce some bugs. I did that last night. A little muffled. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to try this. It's a new mic, so I'm still kind of bouncing it out while trying not to have the Vader breathing that I'm known for. Let me know if this helps. Other than that, let's see. Oh yeah, I downloaded about 4 hours last night. There's a new game manual released, which I haven't had a chance to look at yet, but just to let folks know it's out there. And Arena Commander no longer accessible through ships. Now you're going to have a sim pod in your hangar to launch it.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, it's nice. It's cramped, and there's no cup holders.
Oh gosh, that's what we need in the sim, the cup holder. Let's see. And some of these features with 1.1, the conversion to 64-bit, which helps with the incredibly long distances that are going to be in the game. The REC system, and we've got 5,000 complimentary credits. Smoother character animations, new damage system, which we'll have that video coming up shortly with the Gladius, and gimbal mounts in the store. And I'm going to put some pictures up here because they are also describing the new landing system in place. So I am going to...
You can
That is
actually
it.
land, yeah.
Yeah, that is actually in the manual, the new manual. I'm going to see if I could find that link for everybody. It would be very helpful to know it.
Did you guys watch the video for it? For landing?
No, when I went to
they
do
call
it,
video.
when I went to do that, the game, it wouldn't download for the game, so I figured it was more important to get the update.
It looks pretty cool. You have to aim it into the green area. It'll tell you if you are rotated too far in one direction or on one of the axes. And you have to target it and you have to ask for permission to land. The computer will automatically tell you yes, you can land. But they're saying in the actual game you're going to have to request permission to land and it will tell you yes or no. And there's consequences if you just land because they can just kill you if they feel like it. So, oh, just bringing cookies, no! Full salvo on you. But it does look pretty cool. I do like the direction that they're going with it. I think it's a little rudimentary with the first part with the orientation and the arrows to pointing where you're supposed to go to, but I'm sure that'll change too.
Oh, the Retaliator actually has the new brochure.
Oh, yep.
It's a 400-year-old ship.
Okay then.
I want to skip over the Retaliator. I do got that video, and I got it a little later on here. But I know folks are jealous you're able to climb in that thing. A lot of people are looking forward to that ship. Let's see.
It's like 300 some bucks, man.
Yep. I think we kind of covered it. Oh, well, one important side note I did notice. For the RECs, once you purchase something with the RECs, you have to log out and back in to actually see the item. So,
Yeah.
one forewarning right there. All right. And we did get a chance to test all flyable ships recently. So hopefully folks had a chance to kind of check that out.
I like the Cutlass. That was actually pretty smooth flying for me. It's better than my Hornet, but I like my Hornet better.
Yeah, I'd like to try to see that one just because my wife's going to be flying one whether she wants to or not. She wants to do medic, so it's going to be a red Cutlass. But technically she may not want to fly it, so that means I'm going to have to fly it and get the medic in and out of places. So I should have grabbed a chance, and I just had a hard to get in there.
Well, they said in the manual operations you could land quicker and take off quicker than the hand holding of the automatic. But I think if you're carrying a nice cargo, you might want to go the slow route. Make sure you don't drop anything.
Okay, Lone Wolf saying they were still available as of just before the show. So, thank you. I'd have to try it out. If it's still up there, I definitely want to try to get in there tonight and take a look at things. I was going to go ahead and show the damage model of the Gladius. That was pretty awesome footage that we didn't get to see. It was like right after our last show. So let me go ahead and run that here. Wrong picture. Let me grab it.
Okay.
They really do a great job of shooting this ship up.
Oh, yeah. We could cut our names in it. That's going to be cool.
I like the idea of writing some message in a craft that I'm blowing up. Although I think that's going to happen to me more than I'm going to do to other people.
And just so folks know, that segment had built-in breathing from RSI that was not me.
Say that now. I like the damage system better than what it's been in the past, where like you'll just be flying and you'll shoot something and a random chunk will fly off. It's actually going to be pieces that they're segmenting off.
Do you think that they changed it to this new format to streamline it a little better, to cut down a lot of memory issues?
It's supposed to be better for the memory. It's supposed to be better for art. It's what they tell us anyways.
I like.
Yeah, they did say, because it was kind of some math here. There was 10 parts of each ship that separate. Each one has 5 damage states times 5 simplified meshes when the ship's further away. So that was a big load on both the artist and the game memory.
Mm-hmm.
And this, I mean, I think that's great. A dynamic means to record ship damage without encumbering the memory, and at the same time kind of personalizing how we get to see how our ships take damage.
And they also replaced it from the CPU to the GPU to increase the particle effects in the video. It's very efficient, apparently. I'd like to see how well it works on the new mantle system versus DirectX 11 or 12 when that comes out.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm just put up some more pictures here. So, we can make the hull glow with heat, make the paint burn and bubble, peel paint off to expose the underlying metal, dent and deform the surface, and even cut holes through the hull to expose the internal wiring. Mm-hmm. And yet it all cuts down on the work of the artist.
Well, if they're able to do that, why won't they be able to hit the fuel area? And if you hit the fuel, then it's just automatic kill, pretty much.
No, it's not an automatic kill. I mean,
Okay.
They're not using gasoline.
Well, if you take out the engine, it's dead in the water, okay? And if it explodes inside of the ship, everybody who's inside the ship is dead too. So,
if they're not wearing their helmet and their spacesuit, they're going to have a problem.
Thamin's using a new green screen in the background.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look, Novatech. Yeah. I am using a new screen in the background, and I'm having an issue with the lighting, though. When I did my streaming show last Saturday night, I ended up having a rather reddish face. So I'm trying with the new lighting system, and unfortunately, actually, the light that should be on right now needs to get returned to target. So I'm using another lamp, which is kind of painting me a little bit yellow. All right.
But I do like the new damage system. I'm excited to see how well it works. Bunch of different ships, other than crashing them together.
I put in the new link for the manual. It's a PDF file.
And like I said, we'll try to get that to YouTube folks too once we get out on there. You're missing out on the live show. Okay, the Gladius. Oh, it does say, yeah, it's at about a quarter of the memory of the other ships. And they've added squibs and particle effects so that when pieces break loose, you got those detonating and damage modeling and leaving pieces going out, smoke, sparks, pieces of the ship. Pardon me.
Oh,
Did Arthur get to actually ask a question? Really?
he asked a question. It got answered on 10 for the chairman. Congratulations, Arthedon.
Nice. What did he ask?
He asked something that took him a while to answer, too. If we
Like
could only just
chicken
remember
fingers
it.
versus chicken wings, or
No. It was, Arthedon, type real quick to remind me. He's in our chat channel and on our Twitch channel. Arthedon is one of our pilots.
totally
He's
nerded out.
totally nerded out by my question. Oh, not me, but Chris, Mr. Roberts. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Oh, it was plans for DX12. That's
Ah.
what it was.
I'm going to play something in the background while we go over that too. Some of the PAX East presentation, including new versus old for Star Marine. So we'll get that coming up. But you guys go ahead and talk about what you're talking about. I get that running. I've got it muted.
Okay,
I usually skip through the things as soon as I see the question. I skip to the part where he starts explaining it. I didn't see Arthedon. Shit.
I was watching and I see the name up, and he doesn't pronounce Arthedon's name. I forgot how he did it, but he didn't do it. Arth.
You also got to love in the live chat, we have a little grievance spot that does bank heists while we're doing the discussion. And so far, the only person bank heisting is Woopnyo. He soloed that bank twice.
Like a ghost.
I do like the FPS, the new updated version of it from last November.
Yep.
They've improved tremendously on it.
Mhm.
Oh boy, it's going to be really nice. And the first-person shooter aspect in the arena, that like Ender's Game, you'll also be able to earn REC. And do not forget that you have to buy it from Electronic Access, otherwise known as EA, if anybody gets that.
No.
I think a good part of the live crowd did. Well, they had the EA in big letters on that one.
Oh yeah, it was funny. I like the way they bring a lot of what we have now and throw it into the future, so we have a sense of humor about it, which is really cool.
I'm liking the way the FPS is really coming out.
Oh yeah, Arthedon. Arthedon was how Mr. Roberts pronounced it. Yeah, that's funny. I tried running around.
I was just saying, so I do have a still pic since I came to it in the video of the Star Marine cover. So they were showing that.
It's
And
from the 80s, man.
Yeah, it does kind of look 80ish, yeah. And I'll show some stuff coming up here because they were also talking about, I think just kind of briefly, some armor and weapon types. Now, they did kind of say, a lot of the stuff that's getting downloaded now is just getting called Star Citizen. It's like it's no longer just Arena Commander, it's Star Citizen because everything's coming together.
The modules.
Yep.
Yeah.
The first-person shooter is just Star Marine. And they were kind of discussing a bit of this going in here, like armor types. You're going to have light armor, which have a small and medium weapons, speed and mobility. Or they say, according to pirates, it's whatever was pulled off previous victims.
The heaviest armor that the pirates have remind me of Pacific Rim, the giant Jaeger that was from Russia. I looked at that and I said, "Oh my goodness! See this guy coming? Shoot him!" a lot.
There's this game in Cyberpunk, but I can't remember the name of it. But you can play a class called a solo, and you play solo, and you're usually an enforcer or a bruiser or something like that. And there's a quote in there. It says, "Some guy walking down the middle of a street wearing heavy armor and heavy weapons just screams, 'I'm a solo, come kill me.'"
Oh,
If you're gonna do low grav, that's not gonna be too useful.
Oh, I was going to go over these two. I was just going to still kind of walk up the types of armor. There's the medium orc armor, which a lot of us got as an extra. 2 medium, 1 light weapon, standard marine, or privateer if you're a private. The heavy armor is called Achilles. That one's got 1 large weapon, 2 medium, and 1 small. Obviously sacrifices speed for the endurance and withstanding the heavy impacts. And for that one, it's going to be a Colossus if you're a pirate. Game types. We're going to have the traditional 8 versus 8 on Gold Horizon Space Station, Marines versus Outlaws to death. You can damage the environment sliding or disable gravity in that one. Or the 0G Astro Arena, which I'm about to show footage of soon here. 16 versus 16 and non-lethal boarding and combat training with only a laser pistol, grappler, and wits. Bring your own wits. Take out the enemy team or be the first to get somebody in their base. They kind of mentioned that one might even have leagues in the future.
That's going to be interesting. We can have a league. We can start our own league, Grievance.
I think we definitely need
work.
to. I feel the calling there to have that.
Memo,
Nominate
he doesn't
you two to
have
start
to.
it up.
Memo doesn't have to crash in anything. He could. I think Memo's going to be really good as a first-person shooter, isn't he?
We've
That's
got a
what-
lot of really good people who are really good at first-person shooter. Steel be into that. Nautica, Dirt Dog, yeah.
Still waiting for the first views of that sniper rifle so we can have that one up here for steel. I think there is one out there, but I remember there being mentioned one coming to Star Marine pretty soon here. Hey, I was just happy that I played the old Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 recently, and I shot some guy, and I happened to be doing good that match, and he started calling me a hacker. You know?
Are there still hackers in that game? Really?
Figures.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, people still play the game, but man, it was just an honor to be called a hacker. Wow. I normally don't play that good. We're going to also show you guys a little later. They talked about the social module that was previewed at South by Southwest. We've got that video coming up where you can leave your hangar, walk around R Corp, which is on Stanton, and, so we'll see that next month. Middle of 2015, they're still talking about the multi-crew arena commander. I like Novatech. He's getting a lot of practice with first-person shooter and hardline.
Oh, okay.
That just came out.
But can you go 0G Novatech?
No, you can't. Well, no.
So I thought this was fun. And here I'm watching this gameplay, and I think this would be pretty exciting to try out. And yet, sure enough, you'll probably get where, yes, I'm going to screw it up sooner or later, be kind of floating the wrong direction, or get a guy in my sights, and all of a sudden I'm floating behind an object and trying to figure out reorienting myself.
I'm interested in that grenade that goes off the propulsion distortion one. I want to see how well that does.
Well, you have to use the little pistol to maneuver with, or can you push yourself off and use your body, your hands?
Both. It looks like the pistol is the main thing, but if you're close to something, you can grab it and pull along.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Novatech says yes. When you're blown up in hardline, then it's totally 0G.
Ragdoll physics. Yeah.
That's a good one. That's funny.
Hey, so you guys got any other comments about this video we got to see of the 0G gameplay before I move on to the design about weapon mounts?
I hope that they don't get sued.
I have a message from Marissa who tells everyone to please check out our lovely Grievance Total Gaming Network game site. So we mentioned it earlier, but I want to mention it again. GT, GT, and NGN dot com.
GTGN.
I'm sorry, Marissa. If it's
Wow.
not written down, I get in trouble.
I was going to say, I
I'll
want
get
to say, is that GTGN.TV, or you want to find that
uh
quick for me?
yes, I have it.
It's possible here when I put down this info, I might have a little. Well, here, I'll cut the video off and I'll get this where folks can read it. No, I do not have GTGN TV up there yet. I have to update that, which will definitely happen by the next show.
Links in. There's a lot of great stuff there on that network. We have Amnesia. We have Eggy, who likes.
Can't sleep, won't sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a wonderful show.
But
We
she's
have
so scared.
reviews.
So scared. I feel so bad for her sometimes. Oh.
I highly recommend it. Folks never seen it. You could, because you can still go to us on YouTube, Grievance Gaming, and look up "Don't Sleep, Won't Sleep." It's scary enough for her that she's playing these suspenseful horror games, but people can donate $2 and send it in. But when they do, there's like a zombie that screams on the screen. So she puts herself through that punishment.
The goal is that you have to time it perfectly, because when you donate and then it gets there, there's a delay. So you set it up just as she's like opening a door or something. Then it's just glorious. It's just.
I wonder
I
how
would.
much the donations are for a defibrillator, because she's going to need one.
I don't know. I give her a lot of credit, though. I wouldn't play that game. I'll tell you. I would have nightmares.
All right. So, folks, let's go into the design thing about weapon mounts, because they had to get everything standardized.
I
And
actually was talking with Chris, not Roberts.
Ansler.
Ansler, yes, from
Yeah.
Ansler Industries, and he gave me a item port link, which I'll share
look
with
at
everyone.
Novatech. Time to stare at Thamin again. Just because I got the no, I've got tons of pictures and videos to keep you from looking at me.
You know what we should do, Thamin?
Oh, I was going
What
to
we-
say, I was going to explain this one. I'm showing them the N50 that has the super huge size guns on it.
Oh my God.
What we need to do is get a picture of Novatech and put them behind you on your green screen looking over your shoulder.
Creepy.
There is the correct link to the import sizes. Chris Roberts had a long talk on the forums about it. It was dated March 14th, and he gets into it a lot. We put it into the link into the post. It's huge.
Those S10s and M50s. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah,
All
let
right,
me put that down.
And so, yeah, I'm kind of looking down this. They've also changed how they're going to designate weapons between the class, type, size. They're kind of doing away with the old system. And everything in the new item port system is going to fit by type or size, or, and that's anything. Thrusters, power plants, fuel tanks, scanners, coolers, avionics.
Yeah, the pipes. It's going to be the type, size of the pipes. If you can match all three, then you can use it.
Yeah, and that's important too, because you've got the pipes going in might be power, data, heat going in or out, and that's going to help kind of match up the proper thing. They're making this so the system scales well between the Merlin and the Bengal, and it leaves it actually leaves room beyond that if they decide to go larger. Otherwise, they're saying that a weapon slot can accept either a size appropriate for it, or a turret of that size, but the turret would only accommodate a size smaller weapon. So, say you've got a weapon slot size 3, you can either put a size 3 gun or a size 3 turret with a size 2 gun. Even worse, if you want that to be a man turret, you're also going to drop an additional size. So,
Well, I think that's very interesting because they did that with the rec for the gimbal, and you put a size 3 gimbal on the size 3 slot. You can only put a size 1 or 2 weapon on it. So that's civilian class, and they're trying to come up with a way to differentiate between civilian and military. I think the military should be able to put a size 3 gimbal with a size 3 weapon on there. That should just be standard for military. I think that'd be a really good way to get them separated. And of course, the military is already going to be most sought out. It's probably going to be more energy efficient. It's going to be faster, better tracking. So I think that'd be another way to help stand out.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I see too. Is that, I think, some of the people that, if anything, might lose out a bit on this is what formerly sounded like some really good weapon sizes for, say, turrets on a Freelancer, on a Constellation, all that. Suddenly sounds like it's actually not so large a gun, especially if there's a man turret involved.
Well, I was thinking of that man turret, MT, so be -2. So if you have a man turret 3, you can only use a size 1 gun.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an easy way to kind of remember it.
I mean, it's cool you get to play with your friends, but then you lose out on the firepower.
Well, the thing is just to get a bigger ship.
But then you won't have to worry about size 3. You get size 4 or 5.
Well, here's the thing. A size 10 weapon is 40 meters across. I mean, it's 40 meters long. The width of the largest battleship in World War II, the Yamato and the Musashi, or sister ship, was 39.6 meters. Oh, that is huge. And they're thinking that they might even need to go up in size on the guns. I mean, the Vondel, what do they have? What do they fire?
They've got that really
Aurora,
big ship that dwarfs a Bengal.
I mean, what do they do? They fire Auroras at you or something? That's why there's so many of them.
I got one of those. Let's do it.
Railgun.
Yeah, folks in chat, they were wondering about the larger ships. Is like, are we going to see then something Death Star sized in there? How this affects the smaller ships is it gives you a choice though too. They're saying for joystick players that they may stick more with the fixed guns because for them it's easier as far as adjusting their whole ship and having the bigger guns because they're fixed. For folks that have mouse users and you've already got a little better accuracy with the gimbaled weapons, but the trade-off is, well, you're going to be using smaller weapons. So that puts a little balance.
What's the other way around? Isn't that the other way around?
The gimbal is more accurate if you're using a mouse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
But if you're using a joystick, then you're going to want it fixed because you can aim better. You're already piloting the whole craft. Why are you going to need another axis?
Yep.
So we should all just get joysticks then.
I'm not very good with the joystick. I'm not very good with the mouse either, but I'm better with the mouse.
Yeah, and Philone Wolf was talking about, I think, kind of my comments earlier. We'll probably see a size balance pass on multiplayer ships now that they've changed kind of hard points and weapon mount changes. And everyone's got to get used to that. I mean, we're still in alpha and such. There's going to be a lot of rebalancing.
Fly Dog and Novatech. It's awesome.
Novatech, oh god, I can't use fixed with a mouse. I haven't tried yet. I need to try that though. Let's see. I think we mostly covered that. Oh, they did say there's going to be balancing factors. That's going to, like, what guns are you going to use? Well, your power, your CPU, your power, needing to power lots of guns or bigger guns. Larger mass weapons aren't going to gimbal as well. They're not going to move as fast.
I just thought of something. Today I took a picture of the bathroom in the Retaliator, and I was just thinking.
Sorry, wait. Okay, go ahead.
I was just thinking, if you have to use power in the ship for various little tiny things, and you're critical, and somebody decides to flush a toilet or take a shower, is that going to affect your performance issue on the ship? With
In
all
an
these
RV,
pipes.
If all the bathrooms like go at once on the ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see that happening on an RV. If you have multiple toilets flushing at the same time, I would see why the entire ship would move uh, in one direction. Okay, which direction does it spin? That's the question. Yeah, I don't think that's really going to affect gameplay that much.
I hope not.
Life
Okay, I was
support.
trying to remember. Why don't I, so we don't go too much late. Well, you know what? I'm not going to play it with the music running anyways, but I'm going to get that South by
Yeah.
Southwest montage up where we talk about some of this other stuff. And
Okay.
I forgot to do that earlier. Try a little white balancing, and it seems to have worked wonders. I should have did that
Wow.
right off the
Oh, now
bat.
you're back to yellow. Now you're back to yourself.
Yep.
Don't move.
Didn't work.
Uh, Fly Dog says it should come under life support where we were talking about. So that could be actually crucial. If your life support in your ship goes and you have people that you've just medevaced out and they're not in spacesuits, that's going to be interesting.
I thought it was interesting. Cryjo 101 saying, which way does the toilet drain? I think that question was on a 10 for the chairman or something, but I don't remember the answer.
Oh, that would suck if the gravity went. Oh, oh.
All right, let's see what they also talk about. I think some of this we've covered. Okay, Star Citizen 1.2 will add the Star Marine into it that we saw earlier in the show. No date on that yet, and I don't like when they give hard dates anymore because it hasn't worked so far. They've passed $75 million in funding. And I'm giving the
Eight,
video montage. This is what people saw at South by Southwest when they got to go down there.
Mhm.
it's the montage is really nice. They added a lot of new things to it as well. We presently have 845,355 Star Citizens, which is really good. We're getting close to that million mark of accounts. So
I love the chat sometimes. That's beautiful. Uh,
I do
Crojo
like
101,
that
that's awesome.
we're going to be coming up on the part of the video soon where we do see some planet side and a little bit of ArcCorp, and I thought that was also one of the best parts of this video, getting a kind of a glimpse of that stuff. I'll give you a little news from some earlier stuff. Around the verse, they talked about the Drake Carroll, the info runner, is being redesigned to be a little more symmetrical. Um, all these differences with the memory usage and the meshes and that. As they cut down on that, it's also cutting down on these load times getting into a game. I know we've had a few people kind of talk about that length of time sitting there just waiting for it to load up.
I've had multiple people tell me the game doesn't run. I'm like, well, what do you do? And they're like, I double click it, I type my password, I click play, and it just sits there. The loading screen would go, and then that'd be it. And that was like 2 or 3 iterations ago. I'm like, you just have to be patient. It takes a lot. There's a lot of memory in your system that it needs to use, GPU and all that. Blah, blah, blah. And they're like,
yeah,
oh, okay.
these new systems, you need to have over 32 gigs of RAM. Max out all your RAM. I mean, just
Well,
terabytes.
Arleeya, when you want to build me a new computer, yeah,
Well,
Right.
the memory is not that much anymore.
you have to get the.
I have memory foam.
Oh my god. I'm actually going to tell me that your hard drive is 3.2 gigs. Yeah. Ugh. You don't even know what I'm talking about.
Let's move away from comparing hard drives. This is an adult show. It could be anyone watching this time. So,
You were okay with
Ilphonic
joysticks.
did.
What are you worried about?
Ilphonic did mention that there were features that they cut back on in order to get things ready by PAX East, which means there was more out there that we didn't get to see. And folks who are missing the live Twitch, now we've got quite the technical discussion going on right now there. You all need to join us for that. They are planning on a Star Citizen logo baseball cap soon.
Oh, I can't wait. I want to get rid of this one and get the real Star Citizen.
There's some people who actually want that hat. You could do a giveaway or something for it.
No, I want this
Oh.
hat.
Okay.
I'm keeping it.
Same.
I'm buying 2 Star Citizen hats.
That's
One
it?
for me. Well, I might buy a few more to give away.
That might be pretty cool. I wonder
Yeah,
how much they're going to be, like 15, 20 bucks, 30 bucks?
doesn't matter. I was looking at the site and I was very surprised that the towels are gone. And I thought that would be really cool to give away a towel on the show.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. They're big.
Okay. Hey, folks, so just to let you know, other news, they are looking for the return of their banner that was stolen at PAX East. So,
Why would anybody take that? A souvenir, perhaps? I don't understand why.
Ask Arthadon.
all right. And, oh, gosh. And let's see, what was it here? I'm just going through. Oh,
I
yeah.
can't
There was
wear.
an MVP thread about players hijacking a glaive and flying it around.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Vondel ship.
Right?
That's why I say, how did they do it? Unless they didn't actually steal, unless it was, modded. But I don't know.
Well, whatever they
Fix
did,
that
they're
again.
playing with a glaive. That's a little bit heavier than a scythe.
Let's see. And, oh, one thing, yeah, NPCs will react if you start waving a firearm around the planet side. A arena commander is going to eventually see some scenarios that focus on team-based objectives, such as using a variety of ship or player roles to fulfill a mission. Damage to a player, such as your arms, can affect your ability to pilot a ship as well.
Hmm.
Here's the one. This was I really missed. This one was for Memo. When asked about waste management in gameplay, it wouldn't be a full-time role. Chris Roberts stated there are already ships like the Reclaimer, which are sort of like waste management, and that they recycle ship material. So,
I'm going to stop you a second because you're saying it wrong. It's waste management ecology. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the Reclaimer is, think of it as a giant tow truck. Okay.
I thought it was a giant trash compactor, but okay.
hey, so we
Well,
got
it's close. But one other thing you forgot there, you forgot the best parts. Pets will have a certain level of health. You won't be able to have cybernetic pets. So if you shoot somebody's dog,
Lucky?
poor Lucky. Not so lucky.
Yep, they won't wake up with cybernetic replacements.
Replacements, yeah. Can you imagine the
Um,
teeth on the glowing eyes? Oh my goodness.
Bone Grizz in live chat pointed out that Hydro Big Bang was the first to steal a Vandal ship.
Ah,
So
congratulations.
let's
Thank
give a
you.
salute out to Hydro Big Bang for accomplishing that
Yay, good job.
before the
And
game
Bone
was even
Grizz, thank
live.
you.
And there was
Oh.
a thing in the last patch before 1.1 came out. The people were actually able to get off of one ship and get onto a second ship in multiplayer, and fly it around and get outside of the area that you're supposed to be in. Like they glitched out the map, and people were shooting at them. They weren't going down. It's pretty weird. But still alpha, so
Yeah. Here was one I thought was just important to make because they talked about before about like you could play your music on your jukebox in the hangar, but
Mhm.
they did say visitors may not be able to hear that music because it plays locally off your computer files. So Chris Roberts is hoping to change that and get it working in the future.
What was that little program a long time ago? It had llama. It was like a little radio thing that you used to have. It had like llama.
Oh, Winamp?
Yeah, Winamp. Maybe they could do something like that so everybody could hear what you've got. Or we could have what I would like to see. I've been watching those Empire reports, and they're just little tidbits before the Ben Lesnick and Sandy Gardner show, and around the verse. I'd like to see them do it in a persistent universe where all of these little tidbits are part of something that we're going to run into, we're going to hear. we'll get to get the full show. So we'll get who got sick or what's going on instead of these little snippets that are now. Because I think that would be something really, really good to have.
Like Fallout 3.
Yeah, well, more. Yeah, more than that. But sort of
Well,
like...
No, the radio station guy at Fallout 3. Like he would
Yeah.
recap your escapades.
You guys,
that would be...
I did want to. I was also going to do one thing that. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, hey. Greejo 101, thanks for the follow.
We've got the link.
And folks, if you're not following, please follow. You'll get us. You'll get announcements
Thank you for
whenever
following.
Grievance is broadcasting. You probably weren't expecting that to pop up and try to scare us, but it works.
I didn't hear anything. Oh, there's a penguin.
Yeah, it hit me immediately.
Penguins don't scare me unless...
Arthrodon mentions Battlefield Vietnam had music you could play from your hard drive and everyone could hear. APB does too. Well, that one had music in the game you could play too. And I loved it when somebody else played it because I knew when a vehicle was coming. I never did it when I was in a vehicle. All right. There's a Heroes of the Storm thing coming out. Did y'all get details of that? Because I know we're going to have to wrap up here pretty quick.
That's going to be at 7 o'clock Central. It's with Setsuko. Sorry. That's Eggy's husband. And they're going to meet up in the Heroes of the Storm channel on TeamSpeak. So if you're in Grievance and you have Heroes of the Storm beta, I think it's still beta. If you have it, if you want to be a part of the whole community part of it, just join in the channel. They'll get you set up in the game. It's been pretty fun. I'm impressed with the layout. Like each level has different things you're supposed to do and different. It's pretty awesome. I like that part.
All right. And I'll give you all folks some closing things. We're going to close out here. And then it's kind of my last thing. I'm going to go ahead and play that Retaliator video that they had there. So if you haven't seen it, this is your chance to check it out. Again, tune in to us again. April 4th will be our next show. That's that next Saturday, 2 Saturdays from now. And 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on the twitch.tv/grievance. Any other announcements before we cut to that last Retaliator video?
Go to the Retaliator video. Bye, everybody. Be safe. Have fun. Go, go, go.
When they talked about Battlefield Vietnam, they made the game standalone, not the Battlefield 2 mod. It's a better game overall.
Is this already stopping? Oh, we've been broadcasting for almost an hour. But
Where have you been?
Yeah. Join us sooner, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And like I say, I don't want to go run up too close to 7 o'clock here because the Heroes of the Storm thing is going to go on. So I want to give folks a chance to get to that. I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to the video now.
Oh, he wasn't talking about us. He was talking about
Oh, okay. Are we out? Or can they still hear us? They can't. Oh, that's wonderful. Isn't that what we could talk all about Thamin and Thamin won't hear us. Oh, he can hear us.
It's the Retaliator.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I walked around it today. All 71 meters of it went inside.
How many is the cruise of 5 still?
It's 6.
6.
Yeah, there's 2 areas in the back for like the turret and sitting up in the front. You've got a really good view through the cockpit, and you get to go into the area where the missiles are. Oh my goodness, those things are huge. I mean that is definitely a capital ship killer.
Didn't they say that you could also change that out to a different cargo hold or a different other strategic part?
I brought the volume down so you folks have an easier time hearing this conversation going on here.
It's there's actually 2 bays. There's a forward and rear.
Mm-hmm. One's
Thank
the load,
you,
one's the
Namera,
unload.
for watching. The other one is like, I guess you could extra loadouts.
Mm-hmm.
It has like a crane in there and everything else like that. The forward one, I suppose I wouldn't I have 3 of these, so I can make one for fighting, one for whatever else you want to do. But
I'm really impressed with the jets, though. They pivot on that axle, and they don't exactly have to be lined up with each other. They can be a little bit differentiating. I like that. It's a nice little touch.
one of the things now that there is a small little bug is in 1.1 is that the Retaliator, the thrusters are not in landing position; they're in flying position, which is fine. It's okay. It's not moving anyway.
Well, what did they say that they combined 2 ships to get this ship? Like they did the Harrier, and what else for this?
Blackbird,
Okay.
a B-52, kind of a combination of a B-52 bomber and the old B-2 bomber, and the
Okay.
Blackbird. The in the jump point that just came out, you see the different variations, and oh my goodness, you see the first ones. We
Mhm.
are so glad it looks like this. Oh my It looked like 2 hot dogs and something in the middle at one point. It was, I don't know what they were thinking, but I'm glad we got what we've got.
And it's for $250. Crigio 101 just said in chat, and it's like a 6-person ship. So if you have 6 people, like 5 friends, and you piloting it, you actually get the money out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. You can divide that 250, 275 by 6 and charge them to fly with you. But
Okay. Well, we're going to have to cut it off here. I do see Crejo 101 said that there is a Vanguard concept sale coming up in a week for
Oh, good.
looks like a limited one for 250 of them. And he did throw a link in the live Twitch chat. But thank you all. We do got to
thank you
get going.
very much. Be safe.
Again,
See you
thanks
in
for the
April.
follow.
Have a good night, everybody.
Night, everyone.